morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whenever. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop, issue number 43. Gentlemen, it is so awesome to see you dudes here early, right away in our fine, bona fide chat. Thank you guys. I appreciate the hell out of it. Cheers, beers. And of course, we're also on Rumble as well. See, Vince Womack is going nuts on Rumble. I love to see it. My buddy, the Common Nerd, as well. Let's acknowledge you guys here on YouTube. Depot 101. Vince Womack. How you doing, Vince? Nice to see you here, dude. Subhuman 84. What's up, Subhuman? Maddie's Daddy, Steve Mitchum, Steven M. Keller. How's it going, guys? Thank you, guys. Nice to see you all here. So thank you guys for being here early, right away. Dave C. Madhouse, Retro Gaming. What's up, dude? So, gentlemen, I'm just going to get this out early and right away. You know what? Maybe I'll wait a few more minutes before I do it, because I was going to tell you that it's something like earth-sharing, but just more of like a PSA, just about a heads up for next week's show, because I am so much more committed to the show. Jonathan Cronroy, there you are. Jonathan, how's it going? Thank you, sir. Nice to see you. Hopefully your Friday night is going well. Madhouse says he's watching Justice League Throne of Atlantis. Cool, killer. I love to see it. Thank you. What's up? Dave C., by the way, I had stuff come up, but I'm going to mail your package Monday. For sure, Monday. I got it all set. It was just I had some packaging issues, and it was on my end. But Monday, I'm gonna even send you a shipping number just to prove it. So Monday it goes out. It's gonna be huge. All right. Well, hopefully it's gonna be huge. I think it is. What's up, Tim Hayes? How you doing, sir? Steven M says, by the way, I rewatched the first 30 minutes of this week's Toxic Tuesday live stream. It was so cool to see Alan Cover come onto the stream and chat with you and Mark. You know what? Let's talk about that. So, yes, for those of you who did not catch it, Alan Cover, a.k.a. Alex, the star of Grandma's Boy, did show up on our stream for about 10 minutes, I think, to talk the movie with us. And it was an incredible moment. It really was. No worries about that. I have a huge package issue, too. Nick's having issues with you guys. Sorry about the comments. Sorry. What's up, Nick the Greek? But anyways, let me get back on to my story. So, yeah, it was awesome to have the star of Grandma's Boy come on stream and talk with me and Mark. And I had known about it in advance. It wasn't like a last minute thing that it was set up a few minutes before. I had known before the show, quite a few hours before the show, if anything, in fact, anything. And I had only told Mark, I'm like, hey, Mark, just so you know, this may happen. Don't get cocky about it. I told him, hey, if you can do this, great. If not, no worries about it. You know, I understand you got a life too. And I made it a thing to just not really tell anyone, because my whole goal is those who wanted to catch a stream were the ones who were rewarded the most. I thought about those who wanted to catch a stream just because. Could I have probably had an even bigger crowd making it a big hype thing? Sure, probably would have. But I did that for the ones who are the most dedicated to the show. So those viewers, there's probably around 20, 25 at that time watching, you guys were the ones that won the most from catching that moment. And, and shout out and thank you to Alan Cover for coming on and giving us his time. And it was great to have a real, conversation with him, too. The guy is such a cool dude. And the fact that we got to really have a level-headed conversation with him about where comedy is at in movies and in shows and culture. And he's a real one, man. That's what I like too. I felt it was like I had already known him. It was crazy. Yeah, we had the typical basic greetings, but after that, it became just a nice, natural flowing conversation. Well, it was 5 minutes, ended up being a little bit over double the time. But I guess that goes to show you the sign of how good it was. It was such a great convo for that short bit. And that moment, even though it was a short moment, it felt a lot longer for us in a good way, of course. It felt like, whoa, Mark and I talked about it after, so wow, that really happened. I couldn't believe it. It still blows my mind to this damn day. And yes, you guys should absolutely follow him on Twitch as well. He's under the handle @suspendedcovered. So you should definitely follow him. He's super cool dude, and let's see what the future leans for him because he's still involved. He is still involved in Hollywood. I more of like on a creative like writing side. Which if you look in the credits at Grandma's Boy, he is also involved creatively there as well, not just acting. But he definitely seems to be more focused on behind the scenes with a possibility of a follow up. He's had an idea for a follow up for a while. And I always said, hey, I can see this having a sequel, even though it stands well on its own 2 feet. If it had one, I would not mind. And what his idea, what he presented to the chat and the panel, I hope it happens. I truly hope it happens. What's up, King Conan by Crom? I see my guy 5 picoseconds. How you doing, sir? All right. Well, since there's enough of you in here, I guess I'll get out of the way before I bring in the common nerd. Next week, one time only. We're going to start the show a bit earlier. For those of you who are used to this time, I do apologize in advance, but I figured I'd rather do the show than not have a show. So for those of you who catch it later, well, you can just put it on at your normal time, but you'll have to call it the replay, which is not a bad thing. I am heading to Milwaukee later this Friday night. So a week from tonight, I will be on my way on the road to Milwaukee. I'm going to meet up with a few of my Chicago buddies to head up to Milwaukee Metal Fest I'm attending the Saturday night show, and I'm going to meet up with them Friday night. We're going to go to a cool restaurant called the Rock and Brew, I think it's called, and they have the Alice Cooper Poison Burger. So I'm pretty stoked about trying that burger. I'm just saying, the Alice Cooper Poison Burger. So it's kind of a big deal. So I'm stoked about it. The future is great. And I figure, you know what? We'll start the show. We'll start at 6:30 Central, and we'll go like hour and 15. And then after that, I'm off to head out to Milwaukee late Friday night, basically, is what I'm going to do. So I can meet up with my guys as they catch the first night of the fest. I'll meet up with them, pick them up after the fest finishes its first night. But I figure it seems like you guys are happy with better earlier show than no show. So cool, awesome. So this is your week heads up at 6:30. And for some of you, I know it's good because some of you, I know you got an early bedtime. So I'm sure some of you do benefit from that. So I guess there is a little bit of there's a positive to that. Some people, yeah, I'll make sure I get photos. I'll make sure I get photos of it. I will definitely make sure of it. One of my buddies who I'm meeting up with there, a good friend of mine of decade plus, he's had it and he says it's fantastic. And I know he knows good food. He's straight out of Chirac, and he knows the best of the best foods in the most ghettoest of the ghetto area. So I know he knows good. If he tells me it's good, I'm gonna listen to him. I'm absolutely going to listen to him. So, anyways, that's our PSA for tonight. A week heads up, 6:30 Central, right here on YouTube. So, anyways, oh wow, 17 of you in here. Look at you guys. So hopefully all of you caught the PSA announcement. 6:30 p.m. Central next week. Okay, don't miss it. Earlier show. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge. But let's bring on the common nerd because he's waiting very patiently, and I don't want to take advantage of his time. I do value your time, by the way. I really do. I respect your time.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me here. It's always a good time. We always have a lot of fun around here, so I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, glad that sounds like it'll be fun. Yeah, my birthday is next Friday,
So we'll party for your birthday. I won't drink.
Well, yeah.
It'll be the first show where I don't drink ever. So
well, we'll see. I'm doing a stream that day on Friday, so we'll see how long it runs. Hopefully I can at least make it for a little while. But yeah, we'll see what happens on that. So we're gonna do a big thing for that next Friday. Do like my show at the normal time, and except just have a whole bunch of guests come in and out throughout the day, and we talk about some news if we want to, and just kind of fuck off and have a good time and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that'll be a fun time next Friday. But yeah, things are going fun. We're having a great time. I got a package in the mail yesterday, which I'm super excited to show up tonight. And also, I am 7 subscribers away from 1,900 on the new YouTube channel. So I know Vince Womack just dropped the link. If you haven't already, double check if you think you are, because I did get my last channel got nuked a while back. So if you were subbed from a long time ago, this is a new channel. Go check that out. Go double check to make sure you're still subscribed, because we are 7 away from 1900. So I put out 3 videos yesterday. I put out another 3 today. Got some good stuff coming, and we're going to try to do a member stream tomorrow morning, midday, as well. Try to get one of those together, and then we'll have another video coming out tomorrow. So yeah, fun things happening all around. Yes, that is an absolute fact. That is an absolute fact. 6 and counting, 5 picoseconds, 6 and counting.
I've made a personal deal to myself that if a lady pops back into my life, let's just say in the next 5-10 years, I would definitely go for a 3rd child if that's to happen. I would go for one more. I would absolutely go for one more. I would absolutely do it. I'm definitely absolutely down for it, because I see my minions now. They're 11. They're gonna be 12 and 10 this year. Later this year, and I'm just like I miss when they're like butterballs, like sacks of potatoes. And I'm like, damn it, I need a 3rd one. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I've officially got one running around the household now, and I've still got one that's she just now got into her chunky phase, because she's like 3.5, almost 4 months old, so now she's starting to be a chunk. Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I love it. Kids are great.
Yeah,
everybody should have a dozen.
So hey, we'll cross that bridge should it ever happen to number 4. But right now, I'm thinking, should there be a lady down the line, I will do number 3, and I would definitely I would really like for that to happen. Just the and Nick the Greek. Here's a funny thing about Comics Division. Him and Culture Casino are the same height, and I don't know why we only apply this logic to comics. Him and Culture are the same exact height, and I spent Vegas with them.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I've been to San Antonio and met comics, and I met him at Vegas last year and everything else. The thing about it is his camera, right? That's the problem, because he's got that camera that's pointed at him at that downward angle. It makes him look even shorter than he actually is. So you automatically think he's tiny just because of the way he looks on that damn screen. He ain't doing himself any favor with those angles. So yeah,
his Culture the gay one is still fertile. Culture is the gay one. You guys are hilarious. The Culture, I mean, I'm not gonna rule out the possibility of that. Obviously, that would be a very revealing question from the answer. But however, not to make it about a certain celebrity, but there is a certain celebrity who is really old who did have a child recently.
Yeah, so like 83 or something.
Yeah, so it's not like out of the realm of possibility.
No, that's the thing, guys. Their stuff pretty much works until like the day we fucking drop dead. If it's still coming up, everything else is still producing. It's women that, and not to be crude, but it's women
it makes sense. Culture is
because that's hard on your body. You wouldn't want a woman doing that way into late stages in life, because that shit's hard on
it could
body,
hurt them.
man.
Yeah, not worth it. Now, is Culture the gay one? No. Oh, well, obviously, yeah. Him and comics are. Yeah. That's why I when I was out and about running around.
Hair.
Well, his hair's straight, figuratively and literally. But Culture is truly, him and comics are absolutely gay. When I was in Vegas, I was calling them my dads. And when they were out getting ready for their little FNT thing, I went to go be a irresponsible child out on the streets of Vegas. I'm thinking to myself, is this considered child endangerment? They haven't responded to my text messages in several hours, and I'm a kid out in Vegas with no parents around. What does that make them? Irresponsible dads? My dads are not responding to my messages. I mean, while they're out and about, I go to a convention. I get a photo with Spider-Man, Deadpool, Stitch, Bluey.
I mean,
and
it sounds like
what's that dude from Bender from Futurama? I get a group photo with all them. So
that doesn't sound like abuse at all.
Right. And I buy a bunch of delicious, like $40 daiquiris. I was just very irresponsible child all around the town. And I'm like, wow, oh God, that'll be a 5-hour shit. You guys, Culture do it, but no, I just want Culture, and I know he won't do it, but I'm still gonna convince him. I just want to shave one eyebrow. Just one.
Oh god.
He keeps saying it won't grow back. That's bullshit. We all know it'll
Oh,
grow
he
back.
totally would grow.
It
Problem
would
is,
grow
it'd probably
back.
grow back bushier than what it was before, and then he'd be forced to pluck it for the rest of his life. He'd have
Seriously.
one like little caterpillar eyebrow and one normal one.
No, it is delightful. It is absolutely delightful. His eyebrow would grow and it would be fine. It would be like nothing ever even happened. I don't get it. I don't get why he's worried. It's like, yeah, culture. I know it. I know you're 80, but still, you'll be fine, dude. You'll be fine. I swear on that. I swear. All right. So, anyways, I'm gonna go over a few of my actual purchases I made on Free Comic Book Day. So, obviously, and real quickly, I'll get it up so I can show you guys some of the freebies I got. Let me go to my Twix page and show you the freebies I got. Let me get the photo out. Okay, so now getting my page up. What's up, Muhammad said? How you doing, buddy? Hail, reading F4. Sorry, issue 66 and ASM issue 31. Nice. Then X-Men Days of Future Past. Nice, dude. You're on a roll there, dude. I love to see that. All right, here we go. So, where's that screen? Here we go. So I got Free Comic Book Day. I got 6 of them, and I'll tell you my thoughts on all of them. So Mega Man was pretty good. I Hate Fairyland was pretty good. It was. I really wish it was a little bit less recappy, but it was fun what we got. Thundercats Powerpuff Girls is pretty good. The Phantom was very good. The Phantom was very good. I really enjoyed the Phantom a lot, actually. And Energon Universe was great. Oh, man. So they had a mini preview of 3 stories that Nick just said he'll get up so we can see. You just saw it happening right now on stream. Energon Universe had a mini stories for Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. And what makes the Transformers one special is they had the Transformer named Jazz in it. And he goes to a bar called the Green Mill. And you're thinking, oh, he's going to a jazz bar because his name's Jazz. Oh, that's funny. Well, guess what? That's an actual legendary bar in Chicago. What's up, Price at Reason? He says, beefaroni. Good to see you, Price. One of my fellow best friends I see every week. I see Price all the time. It's great. Him and I on Mead Tuesday and Thursday and sometimes Sunday. Shout out to you, Price. You know what? This drink sells out the Price of Reason. To you, Price. Anyways, yeah, he goes to a jazz bar called Green Mill. That's an actual bar in Chicago. It's a historical one. And why it's important. One, it's open like 5 a.m. You have jazz acts that play all night long. And I've been there. I've taken 2 of my girlfriends to there. So I think you could see a pattern of what I do. And the fact that seeing that bar in comics was really cool. And what's even cooler is not only is it a historical bar, it's a jazz bar, late night bar. You got to dress up really fancy. You have to there's a dress code, and the drinks are really expensive, but they're the best drinks. In back of the bar where the bartenders bartend is where Al Capone would sneak away. If there was like a raid or a bust down looking for Al Capone, there's right under the floor is his getaway. So the fact that that was the place that they brought to comics, and now a bar that I've brought the ladies to is now canon in the Energon universe, really makes me happy. Like, because for all the crap I give Chirac, one of the best things about Chirac still is that Green Mill bar. It's an amazing bar. The vibe there is incredible. And I would recommend, gentlemen, if you're ever on Chirac with a lady, you want to take her there. You need to take her there. I can't stress that shit enough. I'm retarded, like flat out bullshit retarded. But even I can get that one thing right. So, and also the Void Rivals and G.I. Joe stories are killer, especially if you read Cobra Commander. there's a really nice payoff from that Cobra Commander miniseries. What's up, Pablo?
Howdy ho! Hey, dude, you managed to get the. God damn it, my best friend had to work that day. So, yeah, I didn't get any. I have read a couple though.
Did
The
you read the
Phantom is.
Conan one?
Not yet. The Phantom one is lead.
Dude, right? I am really stoked. I was just telling before I was talking about the Aaron John Evers. The Phantom one was damn good, and I am officially stoked for the Phantom. The art was good, and it captured like his presence very well. Like I was like, "Yep, this is the fucking Phantom." I'm excited for the
Dude,
Phantom now.
if we can live in a world where we have the Phantom and it's actually this good and is popular, it will, you know, there are some people in my life from a long time ago that will have had a smile in their faces
Uh huh.
because
Uh huh.
this is old school. The Phantom is really old school.
Yeah, traditional even. Traditional.
Yeah.
What's up, Zach? How you doing, sir? Thank you for dropping in. Caster still being Wayne Camp family. Hey, you take your time, man. You take your time. Yeah, Pablo. I had a feeling at the very least the Phantom was going to be pretty good, but it ended up being one of my favorites of the bunches. And I wanted more, but I only stopped at one place, and they had a limit of 5, and I was even lucky I could pull a string to get 6. So I got really lucky, and I wanted to do Speed Racer, but I couldn't. But the Phantom was great. Energon Universe was great. Now, Conan, Scourge of the Serpent. Dude, holy shit, was it awesome. And I like where it's going with the storyline because it's taking place at a particular point in Conan's life when he was a lot younger. Because you know how the Conan comic series always bounce around the timelines? This one, he's a lot younger. And I'm
Yep.
like, holy damn, we're going there. And I like this artist that they got for the series. What's his name? Something Gill. Getting his name. Getting his name. Ivan Gill. Dude, he is great. I am loving this. Whoa, holy shit, got 20 of you in here. Hell yeah, that's what's up. Thank you guys for being here. Let me, you know what? Let me bring this page down so we can look at some Conan art. Because, you know what? The best part of waking up is Conan art right now. Let's get it up again.
Dude, have you ever seen the dinosaur version of that one with cocaine?
No, I have not.
Okay, wait a second.
But dude, as he's straight up goes into different ages, I think, or phases as he's climbing up a tower, and he goes into the Thurian age in this. And then before you know it, you find out Brule the Spear Slayer is involved and John Kirwan's involved, and you can see a snake is wrapping and forming around his hand. And I'm seeing this going on. I'm like, bro, what the hell's going on here? Oh, what's up, Peter Vankman fan site? How you doing? Long time no see. Oh man, yeah, I really enjoyed Conan. This was probably overall my favorite, but the Phantom and Energon universe came very damn close. So I'm stoked about what's coming for Conan again. And we get up, and we got this dude here. Any familiar faces might recognize that, but ooh, so maybe we'll get some Stygian type of stuff. Oh, and there's that sneak peek again, once again for Conan 25, the painted comic coming. So now we get a bigger, better snapshot of it. Dude, Conan 25 painted comic is gonna be wild, Pablo. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
And now that
Dude,
we're seeing it right here like this,
can you zoom a bit? I want to see the background. I want to take a better look at the background.
let me see if I can do it without it. Yeah, it's
God damn it. I hate that. I hate that about the.
Kindle.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Fortunately, nothing I can do about the Kindle. What's up, core member? How you doing,
Oh, I
dude?
think there's yep. If you go to the top right corner,
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a magnifying glass icon there. Let's see if that
Let
works.
me take a look here. Ooh, I'm seeing that. Ooh, hello.
There you go. Holy
Yeah.
Oh, game changer.
dude, the
Oh,
art is fantastic.
dude. Holy damn. Look at the blood on that.
Okay, you can make this on oil painting and get it on a church on my country, and nobody think it's Conan. Everybody will go like, yeah, yeah, that's a nice Caspicara there.
Man.
From when the Spaniards were already living, right? Yeah, absolutely, right? No, man, this is absolutely fucking art.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, what's up, Andy Masterson? Core member, guys. Nice to see you. Phantom and Energon Universe are still, dude. That's crazy. You can read Vince, the Conan one on Titan Comics' website. You can just get a link up on the Titan website. And I think some website, I think there's a website that has the Phantom. You can just get the legal version of it as a PDF, so that way you don't have
Oh,
to go to Amazon.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that right now.
Oh, the legal version of Phantom? Can you
Yeah.
post the link in the private chat so we
Uh,
can post it for our 20 listeners? Which, by the way, 20 listeners, thank you guys for being here. That's what the hell is up. I love to see that. In case some of you missed the memo earlier, because there was about 10 of you then, next Friday is earlier show, 6:30 Central. 6:30 Central, 2 hours earlier, and that will be an hour and 15 minutes at best show. Earlier and shorter show. So please come hang out if you can. Earlier show next Friday. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be fun. It'll be the one show where I don't drink on Clobby's Comic Shop because I'm driving up to Milwaukee. But that's worth it. Ooh, I'm gonna show off Deeple's collection. So Deeple is okay. Put in the chat if it's okay to show off your huge collection because I
okay.
want to show off your huge pile of stuff, dude. And then I'll show off some of my. I got a small purchase haul, but I want to be a show off and show it off. So while I wait for the response of Deeple, and I'm checking YouTube and Rumble, I guess I will just show off my goods. Showing off my goods. All right.
Agree.
So once again, I was focused on just getting a few things this year, so I kept it small. Okay, drinking and driving is cringe. Faking. I agree. It is. Oh, deal says it's going on. Okay, well then I'll be quick about this. One, I got Daredevil number 258 here. This comic I think was written by Fabian Nicieza, and this actually takes place during the Annual Senti run. She had missed a few issues in between. Maybe that's because her main story was having some gaps to fill in. Maybe John Romita Jr. was trying to get some work done. Like, oh, hey, well, Fabian, do a one-off story and have Ron Lim do the art. And Hunted by the Bengal. I actually never had read this issue, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And I found out before Saturday morning TMNT became an ongoing series. It started off as a 4-issue mini. So I got the trade of that and looks like, once again, classic late 80s TMNT in its prime. I can't wait to read this. I'm stoked about that shite. And of course, I've got the newest, the Savage Sword of Conan, number 8. I haven't read this yet, but I'm going to read it tomorrow. Dude, this cover is killer. So I am stoked to read this. Looks super duper brutal. And it looks like an animal's trying to eat him. And well, that's fucking crazy, man. That's fucking crazy, man. Okay, let me bring let's see here. Yeah, I kept it very sorry guys. Kept it very simple and small for the actual purchases. But let's take a look at Deeple's huge collection because our man here had gotten a huge pile of freebies and it looks to be some purchases too. So let's take a quick look at that. So, okay, Deeple, let's see what you did here. Let's see what work you did here. Okay. I don't even drink. And no, that's why we respect our straight edgers on here. Yeah, we don't drink and drive. We don't do that shit. That's why you're a very responsible Nick next week, not have a single drop of alcohol and just enjoy the show with you guys. But okay, so judging by the looks of things here, we got some FCBD. I remember he did the what he deemed to be, I guess, presumably the worst, and then good to best. And I remember he labeled Comics Division under the worst. And then I think he did Culture under pretty good. And then I think me under best. I'm assuming that. I remember you did some ranking. And for comics, I put F4, Star Wars, Superman, ASM. And then over here, I think Gotcha Man, Mega Man, The Phantom, something
Thank
else. I can't tell
you.
what that is. And on this side, Conan, Godzilla, Energon Universe, and some cool looking Japanese book. So those are his Deeple's freebies. Dude, 12 freebies. Holy shit, man. And our man here went crazy on the Energon Universe here. Like, he went wild, dude. Like, you went straight up Hulkamania wild on this. I love that. He was just like, I got to get all Void Rivals, all Transformers, Scarlet, Destro, Duke, Cobra Commander, G.I. Joe. A lot of world building and a whole lot of fun. And assuming that you finished Cobra Commander, if you haven't, and I won't spoil, but if you raid Cobra Commander, there's a, let's just say, there's a payoff in the free comic book day Energon universe that carries over from the Cobra Commander miniseries. And me being a particular fan of this character, I was stoked. I saw that and I'm like, you son of a bitch, I am so ready. I am so damn ready for that. So, Deeple, you done good, dude. You done very, very good. All right, he says Gundam, Megamind, Big Rig, Post Malone, Phantom. Yeah, I had heard about Post Malone being a comic guy. I had heard about that, and it sounds like he's a real one when it comes to comics, which I didn't know. But hey, you learn things.
Post
I
Malone?
Yeah, Post Malone. The same way I was surprised about learning about Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance, because I always like held resentment as a middle schooler against Gerard Way because I couldn't stand his band. I thought to me that band drove me absolutely nuts. And then I found out he was a comic fan. I think it was when he was writing for Dark Horse, and he was like legitimately writing for Dark Horse. Like, really? And then he did his comic, The Umbrella Academy, and I read a copy. I'm like, oh hey, this is not my kind of comic, but this guy can actually write. He's not just celebrity putting his name on comic and hoping that it moves some comics. No,
Oh, dude,
Gerard
no,
Way is an actual writer. He's an actual
with
writer that I looked into his comic fandom history, and he's a legitimate fan of comics. He really loves the medium, and he had actually stopped doing MCR so he could focus solely on comics for a few years. And my respect for Gerard Way really climbed up the ladder by a lot, a lot. So goes to show you may not like a guy's one project, but you can love them for another. And Gerard Way, you have my respect. You absolutely have earned it and then some, sir.
with Post Malone, I found out that he's a huge nerd when
Oh
he
yeah,
bought the One Ring
yes.
for the Magic the Gathering set, because the shit was $2.5 million, and the guy was like, "Yeah, this is my new token." So he has been using it for something that you can print on paper legally. So, yep. One day I
No,
want to
dude.
have all that fuck you money. You buy one of the most expensive cards, I think the second most expensive card of the whole Magic the Gathering universe, and you go like, yeah, this is a nice coaster. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you gotta
No,
respect that kind of.
no, I respect it too. I really do. And you know what? I hope Post Malone keeps talking about comics, and hopefully he's say, "Hey, go check this shit out." I'm happy that there's a guy like that out there. Once again, another guy who's unshockingly, I'm not really wild about his music, but if they're gonna bring a medium I love to eyes to genuinely try to talk about, even if they don't succeed, but they genuinely try, I respect that. I absolutely respect that. So I will happily give credit where it's due to Post Malone as well. And no, Deeple, my big takeaway from your collection is I love how you just went all in. You saw that, okay, you know what? If I'm going to read this Energon universe, I'm going to go all in because he clearly is like, I want to see what this universe is all about and I want to get invested because you're not in there just for one story to be done with. This is I want to really get lost in this world. And it's good that universes are getting lost in these worlds again, whether it's, what we got going on with Howard verse, the Robbie Howard verse now at Titan. Obviously, now with the Energon universe, the Ripper verse as well. I can't wait for Great War of Separation #2, which we will do a panel show on that when that comes out. We will do a panel show on that one because I feel like that's going to definitely be worthy of conversation, especially since I have a feeling that's going to be even more politically charged and uh, filled with tension for that second issue. I have a feeling that someone's going to be really wild about it. So I have a feeling about that one comment. I have a deep feeling about that. And yes, Subhuman. Funny story about that. He says the jar from System of a Down is a massive comic book fan. Well, Subhuman, I got quite the photo to show you actually about the jar from System of a Down. Let me dig for it on my Instagram because this was back in 2014. So bear with me here, guys. I'm trying to be as quick as I can with this. And I'm almost there. 2016. Oh, sorry, guys. Dudes, carry this. Give me like 1 minute. Pablo,
Yeah. Okay.
go
I
ahead and
found.
engage with our chat.
Yeah. I just found. I don't know if this is a PDF, but on the main site for the Phantom.fan, they have just JPEGs of the whole comic, so you can go into the page and read it. And I wish I knew this instead of going to an alternate route. But also, I just found out that you can get it for Amazon. So guess what? I have a Speed Racer and this one on Amazon. Sadly, the Conan one you cannot get on Amazon any longer. You have to pay like $6 for it, which is bullshit. So yeah, obviously I'm doing exactly what you think I'm doing for that one, but
Oh yeah.
such is life. Also, I'm in Latin America, and here is basically like One Piece. It's
Yep.
the great era of piracy. Thanks, Netflix. You stopped this one. You started this one again. I'm
Poor
serious
Pablo.
about that one. Piracy on Latin America almost died for a few years because of Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what?
They screwed all of that stuff up.
Okay, we got Mockany Draws in here, and he lives a $2 super sticker. And it's a big old Sheba with a big old smile on his face. How you doing, Mockany? Long time no talk and see, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm really happy for your
Yeah.
success on your channel, sir. Absolutely well earned and deserved. And I seriously, I hope you're doing well, man. We gotta link up again. I know we're on really radically different schedules, but dude, I remember the one time I think we were going to do like an hour and a half show and became like 3 hours. I think that just goes to show you the flow of conversation. When it's just organic like that, it's good. It's good like that. But Maki, thank you again for the $2 super sticker, sir. All right, guys, I found the photo. I'm just trying to really. Instagram is being gay-tarded and not letting me get the photo up. And I hate that it's being like that because I guess I could show you the reducted version of it.
So it's
And
a pick blocker.
Yeah. It's
no, it just shows it's having trouble loading the enlarged version on Instagram. And to be fair, it's not doing it to that photo discriminately. It's doing it to all photos. I just want to enlarge any of the photos, but I guess
Really?
show it off from the smaller version, just so people have an idea. And I'll go. Where is it?
Dude, I'm falling into a quite interesting rabbit hole. On Kindle, you still can get a lot of the free comic book day issues for a lot of old free comic book day.
Even yeah, even for past years, I went through there and just started clicking them.
Yep, I'm
Tink,
doing
tink, tink,
exactly
tink,
that.
tink, tink. Yep, I did exactly the same thing. Yep.
Okay, so as you
Yeah.
can tell, my habits have not changed from over 10 years ago. Everything is still about pizza, Spider Man, Capri Sun, whiskey, Ninja Turtles. And then to the right is the drummer, John Domayan from System of a Down. Ironcast, I'll see you backstage. I'll bring you in shortly. Yeah, I had heard for a while that, John Domayan has Torpedo Comics and that when he's not on tour, he does actually show up at the shop and actually works there. And if there's a convention, he actually does vending. And I've seen him at the booth for Torpedo Comics twice. And I saw him this is the first time I met him because I met him twice. Yeah, right. That's clean shaven me. That's right. Clean shaven Nick. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to him. And I bought an Iron Man comic off. I can't remember which issue it was. But I'll follow up with you on it. But I bought it was like $30. I didn't even care. I just thought I'm buying a comic from the drummer System of a Down. That was my bragging right. So that was like I was like, I'm just gonna be happy to buy some from it. We talked for quite a bit actually. And dude, man, he loves his comics. He's not a fan of what Marvel is doing. Let's just say with a lot of their moves at the time. He was definitely not wild about some of the moves, but he was liking what was going out with these smaller publishers at the time. But yeah, John Domayan, big comic fan, real one, real cool dude. And he agreed because I had a problem with the System of a Down performances in the 2010s. And he said that, you know what, our performances were not as strong and we needed to do something about that because you could tell we look old on stage and we are slowing down. We need to improve again. And I'm glad he noted that because the one time I saw the band, I was not wild about it. And I knew I caught them on a bad night because I had seen videos of them and they do put on a great show. So I knew it wasn't like they're awful live. I call them a show during a streak that they weren't so hot. And well, I hope the best for them on their upcoming tour. But yes, this happened. It was great, and it's a moment that I'm pretty damn proud of. Between this, having the star of Grandma's Boy on my stream Tuesday night, it's been a good life. It's been a damn good life. Some might even say it's a wonderful life. Is
Hey,
that
we
right,
have a new pod.
Ironcaster?
I
Hello
mean,
there.
Fuck, here he goes again.
How you doing, sir?
Took me a little bit. I had to get some proper attire because apparently there's now a dress code here.
dude, you just remind me of
We
old
should do this
school,
going forward.
and I mean really old school 4chan when Ratzinger got into the papacy. He got elected as a pope. It was like 5 minutes, and they had a full meme of Ratzinger as the emperor from
Uh-huh.
Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
So it was like 5 minutes after you see the white smoke. They already had memes for that. That was the good old school.
Are you kidding? They've got folders ready for everything.
Yeah,
And by the way, if the black isn't good enough, I can class it up and go red instead.
nice.
Go red like Daredevil. Everybody got to steal my
Ooh,
look.
speak of the
No.
Dude, Sunker totally had a pair of red ones when we were reviewing Daredevil Born Again that she put on just for that. It was fucking
Nick,
great.
Ooh.
I'm
Yes.
I'm sending a link into the private chat.
Red's
If
better.
you can, just
Give
share
me.
it with everybody because well, it's the Phantom, not the
Classic
ones that
Phantom
you.
comic.
Yep.
Wow.
Apparently,
Proudly posted him from moving from the privates to the public.
yeah, apparently from scans or a re-release from 2012. But no, these are
Ooh.
the real ones. This is the Phantom number 37.
Okay.
So we are
That's
talking,
classic.
Yeah, exactly. It is 15 cents.
You know, Steven, if you enjoy the Critical Role books, I mean, there's of course the Amazon Prime series that tells the further adventures of those characters. So you'll be in for you have plenty of more material you can enjoy, and especially with the live streams, you can enjoy that for free.
All right. Yeah, he caught a few comics too. He caught Free Digital, TMNT, Phantom Zero, Speed Racer Zero, um, Caster.
Yes, sir.
Sir, dude, how about that moment with Jazz at the Green Mill Bar?
You know, all right. So I will say, I think of the 4 books I got for myself, I found the Energon Universe #1 for this year. That was my top book for the year because it felt the most complete. It had these 3 little stories that,
They were
in
all
their own
good.
ways, yeah, very self-contained. I was enjoying what I saw, and plus, like it just felt wholesome to get just a happy little story of our, our Autobots just kind of telling some stories about their life on, Cybertron.
Uh huh.
And plus, it Jazz is a character that ever since the Energon universe started, we started getting to this, is a character I've always said should be Nick's favorite.
Dude, I fell in love with them. The fact they went to one of my favorite bars in the city, it really brought it home. Because I thought to myself, okay, not everyone is gonna really think much of this bar outside of Chicago unless you're really well versed in like jazz or like music. But for those who got it, it made sense. You know, the writer Dan, he lives in Chicago. I've run into him at several places in Chicago. It was like the perfect, hand and glove fit that he would do that, and I was so glad he did at the Green Mill. So it was on brand for the character, on brand for him being from Chicago. And I also told the chat in the panel that if you're ever in Chirac, you want to take your lady to the Green Mill because the place oozes class. It's straight up oozes class. D boss, are you not? Do you want to? I've never had Transformers purchase. I was a complete normie. That's the deal. I just didn't know shit about shit, and now I'm knowing some shit about shit. I'm at the stage now. It's like, oh hey, I'm not a complete moron now anymore when it comes to Transformers now. I know who more than two of the Autobots are. So I have some basic ideas now. But Caster, carry on. You were talking. I don't want to steal your thunder. I really don't.
Yeah, no. So Jazz being this character who just he loves music, and every time we've seen him now with these Energon Universe books, there's always some little reference brought in from. He's always dropping bass lines when he's fighting like 127, something he constantly drops. You kind of find out that he's a character who kind of plays to his own drum of his own the rhythm of his own beat. So he's not the type of character you would really expect to follow orders and go along with others. He's a bot of his own accord, and uh, kind of getting this is a great chance to introduce a classic beloved character, especially for newer audiences who may not be familiar with that stuff.
Man, the Energon universe is doing something really smart, and I don't know if this is normal for Amazon or this is just for this one. But I found all 20 issues of Transformers are
Of the
$42 for
current
Kindle.
Energon universe or
Yeah,
something else?
no, for the Energon universe is
Oh.
$24 for everything.
Oh yeah, for a digital package. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that
Yeah.
absolutely that lines up.
The
Especially
price for 20 issues of this caliber, I will say, yeah, that's a pretty good price.
mhm.
Yeah. By the way, know that Castor is here. I did something stupid with also like $45.
Uh-huh.
That is comic book related, and I shouldn't have done this, but you know what Secret Layer is, right, Iron Caster?
Oh, did you buy a Marvel Secret Lair?
Yep, the
Wow, I heard
Deadpool
the
one.
guilt in his voice from that. Like I
Dude,
heard it sounded like someone who's like on the who's trying to lose weight and they got caught cheating on their cells. Go on,
Oh,
Pablo.
oh, okay, Nick. So just quickly to translate this, um, Pablo bought the equivalent of a variant cover.
well,
Eh,
not this one. I'm sharing this one, Nick, if you can share, because this is a quite unique skill that no other card has, and I find it amazingly enjoyable as a troll. So, Deadpool, the trading card.
Mm-hmm.
Legendary creature, mutant, mercenary hero. As Deadpool enters, you may exchange this text box and another creatures. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life.
Mm-hmm.
You may
Mm-hmm.
pay 3 mana and sacrifice this creature. Each other player draws a card. So it's basically you get your best card on the field. Yeah, now I get all its powers, and you're my beach. I
so
enjoyed
Dead,
this one.
so Deadpool being a very Deadpool character, you know, basically if it essentially steals the text box of another character and gets their powers,
Uh-huh.
and then you're left having to pay this price just to keep the card, just for the. So the negative effect here of having to lose life for owning this card is passed off to another player instead.
Yeah, so and you keep everything nice that they have.
Mhm.
So it's a big fuck you that I enjoy pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I end up forking $45 for this. Well, not
Oh,
for just this,
whoa.
for the whole set of cards. But it's just 5 cards, so it's really stupid. I still feel guilty. I still feel like I did something really really bad.
Oh, it's
Still,
funny.
I will feel less guilty when I can use this card to make people with way more pricier cards feel like they are assholes. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one. Uh, it's a guilty pleasure. Let's just say that.
Ah,
Also, all the other cards is Deadpool riding on a unicorn or shit like that, so it's still enjoyable. And
uh-huh.
I have for the longest time, I think from 2020 or around that time up to the Deadpool movie, I was
Mm-hmm.
in a Deadpool burnout. I could not stand Deadpool because it's a shit
I hear
character
that.
in the comics now. It's absolutely a shitty character. But with the movie, I enjoy the movie so much. And this card, I enjoy it so much. It feels like when they were doing Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, that it
Uh-huh.
was just, let's be stupid. And if you haven't read Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, here's a big spoiler for the end. He also kills the writers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As he should.
Yeah, so
It's
Deadpool used
poetic
to be fun.
justice, if we're being fair. It's poetic justice.
Yeah, it
I
used to
love
be
that run. I love that
exactly right.
series.
When they do stuff like that with Deadpool, I enjoy it because yeah, they are going into another direction with the character that normally you will go with anybody, but he's breaking the fourth wall and everything. It's still not annoying. No, Deadpool is annoying. Deadpool is just I will talk directly to the reader, but I will say something really stupid just because. Before it was extra commentary that was delicious in a fight.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So one of the other things to point out as well is Magic the Gathering has been leaning very heavily into a lot of these crossover sets to the point that they've been some of the most successful for that franchise. So it's really no surprise to see things like this happening coming out, and it's becoming increasingly an opportunity to put your favorite IP into Magic. For example, one of the most recent collaborations is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh yeah. Let me get wait. Gary the Snail. How is how's the name of the card? The real card is a skin of a card. I cannot search for the skin of a card. I need to search for the name of. Why Magic the Gathering does this shit with us?
Well, ideally, they don't want to go and spend the time to redesign. They don't want to put the time and effort into redesigning new cards. Unlike when they did it for like Warhammer 40K or when they did it for Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings.
It's because they hate you, Pablo.
Mhm.
They just want your money. And they know
I'm still
cheap bait like IP cards will get you fuckers to buy this shit. So yeah.
I am
fine.
still a little upset I never did get the Necron deck.
Yeah. Okay. This is the Gary card. I think I found it. But this. God damn it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Gary
we
the
can see
Snail.
that.
Gary
Oh
the
my
Snail.
God.
It
Yeah,
exists.
This is literally what they've been doing. And
This
here
is
this
so
summer we
stupid.
have a Final Fantasy set coming, which begs the question: what the fuck even is Magic anymore, other than Munchkin?
I have no
Yeah, it
fucking
makes no
idea.
damn sense. It really makes I don't even know
Are
shit
the-
about this type of shit. Even I know this is out of place. I
But
know
are,
this is way out of place.
Are like these legally allowed playable cards like in tournaments and shit?
Yes.
These ones, the Deadpool one and this one, not so much. The Final Fantasy set is going to be a standard. So basically, you have to play it to be able to play Magic the Gathering normally. Because it's from a standard is the basic format that everybody plays. And if you want to play with everybody, guess what? You're playing Final Fantasy because you are not playing Magic the Gathering anymore. But
Right. So they'll by and large just put a bunch of different sets out every 3 months or so. And yes, as you can see, Final Fantasy is coming up soon. And
yeah,
oh boy, are the weebs going to be forking over money.
That's the only reason Wizards of the Coast made a profit last quarter was because of this shit right here.
no,
Yes.
no. This is the fun part. If you see the sales and the earnings for the Dragons of not Dragons of Tarkir, Tarkir Dragonstorm, that is the latest Magic the Gathering proper set. Compared with some of the shit that they have done, this set sold like crazy. You're talking that people were buying crates of this stuff because they love Magic the Gathering. And for the extra stuff, the other universe or universe beyond stuff, they sell well, but they sell more to collectors. So people that like comics, I still feel pain that I could not buy the Storm card or Secret Layer because it had a really cool Storm card, a Storm from the X-Men, but also reskins of some really nice cards. And I feel salty that I didn't have the money to buy that. But
Boy, I am so happy I quit buying
yeah,
Magic about a decade ago.
basically exactly that. I also feel quite a relief that I didn't spend that much money. This one is because I like to have one of my decks. I win by killing myself. And that's not a joke. I play a card that says if I will lose, I don't lose. So I go to 0 lives. Then I get everybody to have equal life to the one that has less life in the game. So everybody has 0. Everybody dies. Fuck you. I'm dead. Guess what? You too. I'm an asshole. Sorry. For Magic the Gathering, I'm an asshole. I have
No,
no.
but I get your
It's a passion.
yeah.
So speaking of passions, Pablo,
Yep.
what did you think of the Phantom comic?
Dude, great.
Before we carry on about that conversation, I want to acknowledge two things. One, this has been hanging on for a bit, and I don't like leaving things hanging, so I try to acknowledge things quickly. Peter Venkman fan site said they did as a homage to the Scatman brothers. I don't personally know Scatman brothers well, so I couldn't tell you. Could it have been? And Castor seems like he may have an answer. Go ahead and answer that.
So Scatman Crothers was the original voice actor for Jazz.
Oh,
And tragically he passed away.
oh,
like while the original show was still airing. He was just kind of he was a beloved voice actor for the show, and so yeah, he's asking if they put him there because of that. To which I'm inclined to say no, considering you know uh how Chicago centric it's been.
Mm.
The writer has been, so he's gonna put in a bunch of like Chicago stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I finally remember the name of it. The only Chicago like place I know of is as far as music was the Aragon Ballroom.
Oh yes, Aragon Ballroom. That's actually funny. That's about a 2-minute walk from the Green Mill. Back in the 80s, they used to call it the Brawl Room because back in the day, a lot of people would get very physical to a point where they would remove the chairs off the floor that are physically attached to the floor and they would toss them at each other. Probably the most notorious shows for that happening was when Slayer would headline the Aragon Ballroom, and Slayer fans were very insane back in the 80s. So back then, like opening for Slayer was like a suicide mission in the 80s. They would call you got Slayered off the stage. Yeah, the Slayer fans went nuts in Chicago. They're nuts in general in the 80s, but in Chicago, they were on another level in the 80s. That was probably never duplicated. Let's see here. And I got a Rumble rant from Deeple 101 for $5. He says, the whole reason why I'm collecting EU is because the characters look straight from the 80s cartoons, just with an added pinch of 40K grimdark dirt. Also, bot band is homage to the Cybertronic spree. I did not know that, but that is cool shit. And that's cool that, yeah, you see there's an element of recognizability. And because you see that element, it draws you to it by default. And then you see shared universe on top of the fact that there are people who are really enthusiastic. And we have been enthusiastic for a year and a half now. It's good that it's finally convinced you. So you know what? I'm going to give this shit a shot. And the rest was history. I love to see that, Deepo. What's up, Gonzalo? Our guy Gonzalo here, he saw the new Karate Kid movie. And he liked it. He liked it. It's not out here in America. It's not out here, but he did catch it, and people were wondering if it was in continuity of Cobra Kai. It is. That's the only thing I want to know in advance going to a movie. Is in continuity with it? It is. So I'm excited to know about that, Gonzalo, and thank you, sir. I will be saying that right when it comes out. I'm sure me, Tom, Price, CC, hopefully Script, but for sure me, Tom, and Price will see it. Mo Zamboni, yeah, hopefully those guys all see it, but for sure us three, the Holy Trinity, will for sure see it. But good to see it, Gonzalo. Thanks for dropping in, man. All right, well, dudes, I think it's time we get another proper cheers going for our chat. I gotta go get my bottle of Knob Creek though, so let me go get my bottle of Knob Creek. And we'll do this.
Go get it.
While we wait, just to answer your question, dude, the Phantom was great. The fact that they start showing the Phantom diaries from all the older Phantoms, and they go straight up to the diary for the first Phantom. They go for the era of conquest that the Phantom was born in, and then, dude, it's just magic showing you the Phantom being the Phantom. Still, it's not the same Phantom, or at least you should know, because the Phantom is not immortal. The Phantom is a mortal man, but he keeps living. He's the Phantom that walks. And oh, dude, it was great. It was fucking great.
I put the book at number 2 on my list of the my free books. Mind you, I only got 4 books, but I still put it at number 2 for me. Only because I think the Energon universe was just a little bit better, because I've had all this time tied in with it that made it feel like a book I was more looking forward to.
Yeah. I don't know. The Phantom It's because I like the character and because I feel like this paid reverence and actually was a good homage to the Phantom that came before, or to the different Phantoms that came before, because there's some Easter eggs even for other Phantoms, right? I feel like, yeah, this was made with love, and it's something that I have been missing a lot in most of uh, everything right now. I mean, the Energon universe has a lot of love, but then again, they are also willing to play ball sometimes, and they give an asshole or two an issue here and there. This this is somebody that enjoyed the Phantom at some point. This is somebody that had a smile for reading the Phantom at some point, and yeah, dude, I envy you so much. My fucking Amazon. My best friend had to deliver so many packages that day. And I was like, dude, can you just throw them away and say you delivered them? I don't know. I don't care. Just go to a comic book store. Nah, he couldn't.
We'll find a way to get you a copy.
Gentlemen,
Brothers.
chat, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. What's up, JT Kirk? Thank you to Mocking Draws for the super sticker earlier and Deeple 101 for the Rumble rant. You guys are fucking awesome. Cheers and beers to all of you.
Salud.
Caster, I don't know. Did you catch my initial announcement earlier about next week's show?
No, I missed that.
All right. We're starting next week at 6:30 Central. We're going to go hour around 15 because as soon as the show's over, I got to drive up to Milwaukee. Also, and this is I did mention earlier, we will be talking Huck Big Bad World #1. This is
Next
the
week?
only reminder. Next Friday, 1 week from tonight, Huck
Oh,
Big Bad
damn
World
it.
#1. Yes,
That
as
makes me
Yaira would
sad.
say, Skull. That's right. No, I love that Yaira said that in Yaira too, JT Kirk. That was fucking badass. It was very it made me think about Amon Amarth when I saw them, God, 3 years ago at the Aragon Ballroom. When you read the Phantom, it was Billy Zane's voice in your head. Oh, Subhuman, you damn right it was. You damn right. Nick will be crossing state. Oh, yes, I am. I'm crossing state line. I'm gonna get my cheese curls. I'm gonna get my beef jerky. I'm gonna get my cheese. I'm gonna get my Alice Cooper burger. How you
Does he
doing,
get his felt?
Grim? What's up, dude? And I'm gonna catch a lot of great. What's next week? Deeple. I'm doing an earlier show. And during that earlier show, we're gonna talk Huck, which is a sequel to a Mark Miller comic, a great one at that. Vince also has the link for the Phantom in the chat. Hell yeah, Vince saving the day, our hero Vince. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that shit. No, JT, we're gonna do a show when the Great War of Separation #2 hits. We're gonna definitely do a panel show for that. We'll probably get Rip a Guy on for that, and I'm also to talk about to Braxcast. I would like to get him on so we can really I want us to go really balls to the wall with that one. What's up, honey? Hello, good night. Looks like she was lurking. I seriously when we talk about the Great War of Separation.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
We're gonna come. There's just some things you can't just stop, and we are inevitable. We are, but yeah, we're doing that earlier show. We're gonna talk Huck, and then I'm off to Milwaukee. So I'm excited about both of the things, and it'll be the first and probably only show in the history of Comic Shop Talk into Clobby's Comic Shop where I don't drink alcohol at all. It's gonna be my first one ever. So I'm staying stone cold sober. It's gonna be great. But anyways,
You could have somebody else drive.
I gotta drive myself. I'm driving myself. Yeah, I'm meeting up my Chicago metalhead friends. They're already gonna be out there because they're catching day 1 of Milwaukee Metal Fest. They're doing the whole 3-day thing. I'm just doing day 2 of the fest. I'm going for one day. I'm spending the night at their hotel, and then coming back the next night. So I'm gonna pick them up from the venue as night one finishes, stay at the hotel, and then go there for night two, day two, and then drive back into Illinois. You know, that's it. So I have a very limited stay, but look, it's Keely Chow, one of the greats. And he's back in America, by the way. What's up, Keely Chow? Thank you for being here, sir. Good to see you. Glad you're here in America. I like to know that you made it out alive. It sounds like you had a great time. But dude, the Phantom, seriously, it was one of the highlights. And I'm like, I can't wait to check out the Phantom. Was it later this month or early next month? The number one comes out. It looks fucking awesome.
I went into the Phantom without any expectations. I figured, I figured since the Flash Gordon stuff was good and it's coming from Mad Cave, which has done nothing but impress me with everything of theirs I've picked up so far.
Yep.
I was going to be in for a good little story. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a good little self-contained story that does a good enough job of introducing me to the character who's largely never really interacted with the Phantom before. So this was kind of a first for me. And I'm pretty happy with the results.
Dude, there were homages to Japanese art. There were homages to old school The Phantom. There were homages to other kind of comics, including Tarzan. I felt so good reading this.
Pablo, your enthusiasm for this, I think the only other American book I've heard you be this enthusiastic about, I think, was Huck. So that sounds like this is
really?
It almost sounds like this is an endorsement from you, the Phantom.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I will share. Let me get into that page and I will
while
share
you
this.
get that page, I'm going to acknowledge Mohammed says Rick Khan says Kagurabachi is awesome manga. I managed to get free preview on FCBD. Nice, dude. Yeah, I saw you posted a haul earlier as well last Saturday. And let's look at some pages from the Phantom. Oh, dude, yeah, the 90s Phantom cartoon. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I know Razor Fist is doing a gaming stream right now on the Phantom game, which, dude, they made a Phantom game in 2025? Hell yeah to that. That makes me happy that the Phantom has a future. I love that I'm living in a world where Conan, Flash Gordon, the Phantom, all have a
Mandrake.
future.
Possibly Mandrake. Remember, Mandrake the Magician is still a great character. I just need people to realize that, because when they realize that,
I guess I still need to realize that.
Oh, dude, I hope they come with a real good, full-fledged Mandrake the Magician comic book, because if they are doing the Phantom, well, they are doing the Defenders, so they can go straight up for Mandrake.
Defenders of the Earth,
Yeah, Defenders of the Earth. Dude, Defenders of the Earth is something that they should have embraced. I don't know why they didn't. They didn't go full on. Instead, they tried to do the Flash Gordon movie that was. It is what it is.
Oh, I love that movie. I love it.
Yeah, I know, but it's not.
I'm in love with it.
It's a good take. It's still not what you expect if you know the character, right? So just go a little bit extra and add all. They could have had what the MCU is or was up to 2019 that everybody loved a lot sooner, but no, they didn't. They went with the stupid route. Still, I still enjoy the Flash Gordon movie. It's not the same, man. It's just not Flash Gordon entirely.
Yeah, that after reading the Jeremy Adams run, I could see where you're coming from on that. But it probably helps. It was the first thing I was exposed to, so I have very fond feelings of that movie. I love it. I really love it. Like Sam Jones really was awesome as a character, but dude, man, I was once again bringing back to the Phantom because this just seems to be a hotter topic than I think we were all expecting before we all read it. And because
It made me
we're
want one of
thinking,
those rings.
dude, it's straight up. It reminded me of when I lived in Berwyn, aka Berwyn. You know how they would advertise Fanguli. Um, when I lived in Berwyn, I lived right where you know that scene where in Wayne's World they were rocking out to Queen and they passed by that tower of cars. I lived by that in Wayne's World. I lived right by that. That was a 5-minute walk. There was a Walgreens and a McDonald's in that corner. I used to go to that Walgreens all the time to get snacks and munchies. And that was at a time where you can go out as a 7, 8-year-old kid in Berwyn, right next to Chicago, and not get killed. It was great. And not have your parents with you if you just want to get convenience store snacks on your own walking. And it was so cool that I remember, and this does connect to Phantom because I remember my first glimpse of the Phantom. I went to go get some snacks at the Walgreens over there, and I saw a poster for the Phantom movie, and it had
Ooh.
him. It had with him doing the whole fist thing. I'm like, oh, Phantom. That looks cool. And I'm thinking, I wonder what that is. That looks really cool. And I remember, I can't remember if I asked a cousin or my dad. I asked someone, hey, who's the Phantom? And someone told me it was like an older, like superhero type of character. And I don't know if their description at the time was accurate or completely accurate. They probably give maybe like a normie type of description on it. But I remember watching the movie and really liking the movie. And sadly, I never looked past the movie. Even though I really enjoyed it, I never sought out more. But now I feel like this is the time to finally seek out more, whether it's the cartoon, the few
Go for
video
the cartoon.
games. Oh, dude, I've actually heard that the cartoon's good. And I'm like,
It's incredible.
it's time to really take the Phantom seriously. Like, that Free Comic Book Day comic really was a game changer for me with this character.
Well, the Phantom, you see in this issue how he wields his strongest weapon. That is basically poetic justice. It's not just justice, it's poetic justice. Is the kind of guy that plans ahead how to fuck up your life. And here he's just throwing a pin. Well, the pin was for the machine gun that the guy tried to use to kill the tiger. But being killed by the tiger was justice. Being killed by the tiger while trying to kill the tiger,
Uh-huh.
that's just poetic justice. It's even better. It feels more complete. And that's part of the fun of the Phantom. In
Uh-huh.
general, the character, the different iterations of the Phantom are always smart, are always, well, some are hot headed, but they are still smart. And they are always ahead of the curve, witty, and is part of the interesting part of the Phantom, right? You have characters that are just full force and everything. The Phantom is almost like Batman esque. Not fully,
I
but
could see that. I could see where you're coming through on that, but go ahead, finish your point.
he's smart, he's prepared, and is ready to lay traps. And people falling in the traps is part of the enjoyment of it. And you will get a lot of that in the cartoon. Because in the cartoon, they go through the process, the brain process of the Phantom a lot. S- yeah, there's a Phantom cartoon. Is a futuristic Phantom from 2040, so like 15 years. Do
Oh,
you remember
shit.
when 2040 was way in the future? Yeah, not anymore.
Right. What's up, Neil? Long time no see in our chat, man. Good to see you. He said Phantom is great. I love the Phantom of the Future cartoon. That
Yeah,
Neil has very valuable opinions, and that alone is for me an endorsement to check it out.
the simple design is part of
I
the charm of,
love it.
yeah.
It
Because
is incredible.
there's not all that armor shit. Well, in the movie they do a bit of the armor
Scales.
shit, yeah, but they don't go full on. You just see details on the cloth and some extra padding on the muscles, but it's not overblown like current Marvel movies. Or
Uh-huh.
DC, that DC they started doing terrible armors, the whole Snyderverse. No, the Phantom is just a simple design. It's just easy to understand because it's classic. It's supposed to be something that a guy wore on the 1500s. So it's still the same clothing. It's still exactly the same approach to everything, and it feels natural. It feels like old school Superman, old school Batman. That you can see a guy just wearing this that is normal as clothes that you can buy everywhere and
Uh-huh.
making a suit just to fight injustice, just to try to stop evil, right? But it's not that armor that you can pinpoint the source of Kevlar uh, plates, because you need the carbon fiber, you need the titanium, you need all the components. Also, you need special machinery to make the plates. So, if you are smart, you just call a couple of people. Hey, have anybody asked you for this kind of armor? Oh, Bruce Wayne? Oh, 3 times a week? Yeah, have he ever asked you for a cape? Okay, thank you. That, that's how you find out who Batman is. It's not fucking easy, man.
I
Paper trail.
love all the engagement we're having on the Phantom. I had no idea there was this much enthusiasm for this character. And now that I'm gone from absolute normie to reading this free comic book day special, I am so damn sold on what I've seen. I can't believe I'm just like I can't wait. I'm excited about this. I'm really excited about this.
I'm really
If there
happy
is
that you are.
one complaint to be had for this book, it's the fact that his underwear isn't striped.
No, 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 no. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm about to be pedantic. Old school pedantic because this is a conversation. There's a couple of styles for the Phantom. One is a striped underwear. The other is a striped belt. The other is a striped belt buckle. And the other one is having nothing.
Uh,
As I recall, the original one had striped underwear. But the best design is just a stripe belt buckle or no stripes. So if you go to more modern versions of the Phantom, you will find no stripes, and it looks just sleek and cool and everything.
Well, the
But
thing is,
oh, you
Pablo,
got
the
an
thing is,
agreement on Mandrake, Neil. Neil mentioned the same shit you mentioned earlier about Mandrake
nice, yes,
edition. There you go.
with the Phantom, he needs to have that third color just to have that little bit of a change to break it up, because it's all kind of blended together. This is kind of like when Superman doesn't have the underwear to break anything up.
oh yeah,
You,
yeah. It feels off. There's a couple of
it's
versions.
lacking something.
Yeah, there's a couple of versions where they do the colors different for the underwear and kind of looks off, especially when they go for a brownish or a dark-ish color for the underwear. If you go stripes on the underwear, I'm absolutely in. I will. The complaint that I will have the most if you do the belt with the stripes. The belt buckle, absolutely acceptable. The stripes on the underwear, absolutely acceptable. On the belt buckle, I don't know. I don't like it that much. And if you go straight this style, this
Uh-huh.
style, you should see the stripes on the belt buckle because in this one he has the stripes on the belt buckle. But I f- I find it more than acceptable. I find it almost at the point of greatness. It
Uh-huh.
just needs the detail on the drawing needs to be a bit more intense to have the old school feeling of the Phantom. Because let me see if I can get the link that I shared.
Get your link up.
Yeah, it's the one that
That's
I
what she
shared.
said.
Giggity.
bring this. Yeah, you got
There
it.
you go.
Neil
Yep.
has a great comment here. Says there's a lot of great pulp heroes out there. Well, yeah, we know that Flash. Oh, yeah, and I'm highlighting this again because I'm vaguely mature. But why I mention it now is because a lot of these characters are having great comic runs now
Yes.
right now, like next week. Flash Gordon has issue number 9 coming out, and I'm excited about that. It's crazy
Eh,
we're living in a world where Conan, Flash Gordon, and now we can add the Phantom. It's just so wild that it's like, okay, what is anyone gonna line up and get? Oh yeah, right, Flash Gordon by Jeremy Adams peak, dude, right there with you, Neil. It really is a peak book, and Jeremy Adams is the new go-to. He is absolutely worth the hype he has been given. I now get it with Jeremy Adams. I've been enjoying his Flash Gordon Aquaman. The dude is the hype. Oh, he's reading Aquaman too. Yes, Anthony right Aquaman, dude. I decided to give new DC a try just because I was liking his Flash Gordon. His Aquaman is so killer, and that comes out next week too. You bet your fucking ass. I can't wait to read both of those.
and
Oh
Transformers.
God! Between that, yeah, Transformers and Huck next week. Next week's gonna be a damn good week. It's gonna be a really damn good week next week. I
So
can't wait.
one of the reasons why I think it's important to have these characters really hitting right now, aside from not just being another Marvel DC slot,
Stripes.
these characters like this are also hitting here within like the decade or so before before they fall into public domain. So it'll be a chance to sort of help kind of build them up in this little underground space, and then they hit the public domain, and a bunch of their stuff starts becoming readily available.
No, you're right. You're right. This is a last ride for them of sorts before everyone else can put their hands on these and make these characters. It's good to see guys in this current time being really mindful of these characters, and I love to see that. Whether it's obviously Ray Fox with the Phantom, Jim Zell with Conan, you can add now Jeremy Adams with Flash Gordon, and I guess we'll even bring up for conversation's sake Aquaman at DC. These guys love these characters that they write, and they love bringing fresh stories to these characters and having fun. You can tell these guys really love doing comics. They love this, and you feel like you're having fun with them reading these stories.
Oh, absolutely. By the way, do you remember what I said about the definition on the muscles in this?
Yes.
That it feels too simple to. Well, this is why. Look at this.
Yeah, no, I can see your point on that. I can definitely see your point on that. Yeah, there's a bit more definition on the muscle. I mean, for me, I was getting more of like an older cartoon vibe when I saw the art for the current Phantom, so I didn't mind it. It felt like it was trying to go for more like a Silver Age cartoon, even though this comic was probably made in the Silver Age. But I think you get my point. It felt like it was going for simple cartoon animation. That's what I got out of it. That was the approach to me, which I'm fine with because if you look at that comic style, the FCBD Phantom issue, it looks like something from an older cartoon. More so than a comic. But this looks fucking fantastic. Seriously.
Look at this paneling. Look at the organization, the flow of the page. Everything is fucking hell.
Fucking smoking. It's smoking.
Yo, this is great.
I agree. I strongly agree. It's fantastic. As Mark notes, it looks fantastic. It looks good.
Yeah. By the way, Gonzalo was right. He said that the belt buckle needs to have the skull, but it's a specific kind of skull because there's a redesign for the skull that nobody ever liked. So you have the original that they are using the original in this one. This is the original one. But there's a redesign that is more sleek and it looks more like the Punisher. It never got fully accepted by people that like the Phantom because the old school is the old school. The ring
Yeah.
and the belt need
Tradition
to
has a way
have
of
the
making
skull.
it its
Yeah.
way back.
And the well, depending on which phantom, but normally you will see on the gun either on the wooden part or in part of the metal. The skull also should be there, but it depends on which phantom you are going for. So that one I will accept. There's even phantoms that barely use guns. There's phantoms that use heavy artillery. So I
I like the
understand.
psychology aspect of this one, of what we were getting in the free comic book day. It feel like there was a using he was definitely using his mind, and only if I need to resort to violence, well, when I do, it's not going to be pretty type of situation. And I was like, ooh, okay. And I liked how he had that Batman aura to him, which once again, probably
Yeah.
Batman got from the Phantom. And I'm like, hot damn, dude. This guy, once he realizes, okay, now there's no holding back, well, you guys are going to get what you didn't wish for. It's fucking awesome.
Dude, and it was like that. You need to go back to old school Phantom. Really, if one day we can do just a couple of issues of the
Would love
Phantom.
to. Maybe we got to pick like a key story, maybe something that'd be very, let's just say, normie friendly. So that way, in case we have someone in the chat who's listening in who hasn't read the Phantom, we could give them a good story to get in on it. I think that would be a good way of going about this, in my opinion.
Let's why don't we wait and check out the Phantom #1, and we make that our pivotal
Yeah.
inaugural issue.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's find out when the Phantom #1 hits. Let's look at that. Riddle me this, Batman.
Again, the paneling on this whole issue, the paneling on the whole bloody issue has been, and this is no longer just a Phantom story, by the way. We already passed the point where they are kind of mixing it up, showing some other characters that then will appear on other comics, and you know how it is. But
Yes,
it's
sir.
still just, yeah, dude, the art is great. The quality of the story is absolutely fantastic. If we at one point can do an old school Phantom story, I will be really, really happy.
Well, maybe that's what we gotta do. We gotta do a 1-2
Nice.
punch.
Oh, we can do that. We can do the week before the Phantom comes out. We can review an older issue of the Phantom, an original run issue of the Phantom, and then we can go to the new Phantom and compare.
All right.
Because
So
as far as I'm seeing, time frame wise, I don't know. I think they are doing a Phantom that we have already seen. They never say the name of this Phantom. That's the thing.
you
So
know,
I don't know which Phantom it is or which number of Phantom it is. But I have the sensation, because of some of the things that he said and some of the gadgets that he had, that we are dealing with a version of the Phantom that we have already seen on page.
not a bad idea as long as it takes a familiar story but puts a fresh spin on it per se, because that can absolutely be done. You can definitely pull off something like, okay, how do we get something familiar but put a new spin on it? That's the approach I'm absolutely okay with. Being faithful to the Phantom and also not rocking too many boats. There's already been enough boats that have been rocked in the last several years, we'll just say. A little bit of safety nowadays is going to be helpful. Gotta go. Steve, take care, my buddy. Have a good night. Give my best to Maddie. Okay. Thank you, sir.
You
Cheers
have
and beers. And
you have
also,
this look
did
at
Steve mention
what.
I believe? Hold on. Sorry. I just got. Oh, Steve. Oh, no, Steve. I thought Steve and MKLL too. Okay, so it's Maddie's Daddy Steve. Okay, so we have two Steve M's. I had to get some clarification. Okay, carry on, Pablo. I apologize.
You see some of the collection from the Phantom, so you already know. Again, they don't say names, and this is why I think we have seen this Phantom before, because here. But yeah, dude, the fact that they show a bit of the old school Phantom stuff made me really happy.
So is that what that's supposed to be? So like his old relics type of thing?
These are relics from the different phantoms. Yes.
Okay, okay. So maybe he's kind of blending a little bit of stuff from various runs and then maybe putting his own spin on top of it. That's my educated guess.
It could be all, or he could be going back to a character that is already established. Either way, I'm in. The fact that he's
Uh-huh.
keeping some of the old school Phantom stuff, and yeah, this is mostly from the ones that were on Africa and everything, but it's still some reverence for the past of the character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, dude, it looks freaking badass. I'm stoked. I'm happy, and I see a future here with the Phantom, and it's gonna be huge. Neil says Aquaman is running. He's harking back to sword and sorcery stuff. You know what's funny? You mentioned that. I was talking last week about the Kurt Busiek run with Butch Guys because rest in peace, Butch Guys. He did a lot of the artwork for a lot of the Kurt Busiek stuff. And dude, that's a very underrated run from Aquaman. I was recommending that if you're a Butch Guys guy, it feels like that's an overlooked portion of his run on comics. I feel like people should be looking into that because Aquaman has had several great runs, and that one with Kurt Busiek it's called Aquaman Sword of Atlantis. Really damn good stuff. And yeah, I love how Jeremy is harkening back to continuity from all sorts of eras. He's one of those guys where he values continuity and everything counts, good or bad, but I'm going to make it all work. And he takes it as a challenge when something gets forgotten or missed. Maybe let's just think there's a bit of a misstep. He takes it as a challenge of how he's going to fix that because he says, I'm just like one of you guys. I'm a geek who cares about this stuff and I understand the obsession with it. And I want to do my best to make you guys happy. And you're thinking, hold on, a DC writer says that and feels that way. Is that legal? He's not going to get fired for saying that nowadays. Well, I guess Jeremy Adams for DC is Tom Cruise for Hollywood. Ooh. Oh yeah, I saw this
Yeah,
photo.
something that I forgot to mention about this issue.
Yeah, please
They
talk
have
about
they are doing a Phantom 2040 run. So, and this is the new the upgraded version of the logo that looks kind of Punisher-esque. And yeah, I don't love it, but yeah, they are doing a Phantom of the Future run. So yeah.
Well, I mean, there's been a desire in the marketplace for a book like a Batman Beyond for this kind of like cyberpunk futuristic superhero like this. And it seems like both DC and Marvel don't want to keep that book out, so the Phantom's going to step in and do what he has to do.
This is one that I thought they were not revisiting because, well, there's some controversies and there's some things that a lot of publishers are avoiding because, well, this version of the Phantom is Jew, and
Okay.
there's a whole episode about Hanukkah on the show.
Okay, and yeah, with everything going on, it's like no one wants to quite.
There's with all the wars and everything, nobody wants to touch those characters because they are from people that may be against other people. But no, they
In
are
this
doing
day
it.
and age, it feels like we're just. It's easier to figure out. It's easier to figure out who's not at war because at this
Yeah,
point, like he can't be Indian, he can't be Pakistani either. He
dude.
can't. Let's see. He can't be Ukrainian. Can't be Russian. Can't be Jewish. Like
I
Too many
what's left?
eggshells to walk around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The other
What the
day
fuck
I
the
was
eggshell?
watching Pipkin Pipa, and she randomly puts some of the Indian news about the war with Pakistan, and they had 3D models flying around and bombs exploding in screen and everything 3D. Just while the newscaster was talking, and it was with huge lettering, kind of like comic book, bang and boom. in the screen
Uh-huh.
while they were talking about this serious shit that there's about to be a big war and everything, and they are just showing people walking happily in the street and 3D models of planes flying and throwing bombs and everything, and I like, what the fuck is this? This is amazing, but it's so fucked up. So yeah, Indian news about current situation, absolutely incredible. It's just you're just missing Godzilla walking by, and I swear they have the model. They just haven't used it.
All right,
Yeah.
we gotta acknowledge a few things. First off, what's up, DZ? How you doing, sir? The guy cares more about DC than majority. Dude, that's an understatement. Like, I am so convinced on Jeremy Adams being the absolute hype of the company. He gets it. He loves these characters, and he is truly one of us. He really is. If everyone should be following him on social media, they really should. He goes under the tag name Space Kicker. So seriously, get on some of his stuff. If you're checked out DC, fine. Then go read his Flash Gordon. Go read his Flash Gordon. It's fucking good. And my man Blade Nicotera for $20. Woo! He says, "Hi Nick. Hope all is well. I just got back from Village Pizza, best tavern in the suburb." Oh, dude, Village is good. I don't know, dude. Tell me, Blade. Did you catch Dave Portnoy's video on Village Pizza? He rated it really highly for the Village Pizza. He loved that tower. That's a damn good one, man. I love that pizza. I haven't had it in a while. I got to actually take my kids to get that one. I've been showing some other places, but dude, now that you planted the seed in my head, I feel like I need to let that seed grow and blossom and be like, all right, girls, Dad's gonna take you to Village Pizza and you're gonna love it. Not just because I said so, but when you have that love at first bite, you're gonna know. So no, Blade, thank you for that 20. That's a very, very generous. Yeah, you saw. Okay, killer. Yeah, thank you for 20. That's very awesome of you, sir. I can't wait next week till I hit out try some Milwaukee pizza because they do the ultra, almost paper thin crust, and I have one place I'm kind of have my eye on. Now I'm really looking forward to that. Really stoked about that. Between that and the Alice Cooper Poison Burger, bro, it's gonna be huge. Huge. I love it. Guys. Oh man. Got a really engaging chat here between the Rumble chat, the YouTube chat, and
I'm so happy that people like the Phantom in the chat.
dude,
I'm
I
just
had no
stoked.
idea it was like this. Oh, look, and Chernobyl's here too. At the Vegas meetup, I went to Super Mario Bros. Pizza. Had their Ultimate Pizza Challenge. Very good. Look at that, our man here. You know what? It's got a huge for Chernobyl. That's amazing, sir. That is a freaking amazing. Then TZ said, Nick, I just saw the new Pope as a Sock fan. Yeah, I saw that photo. I'm a little concerned about where he is otherwise with other things because if there's one thing I've learned, there's been mayors and governors who have been White Sox fans who have also been super corrupt as hell. The last thing I need the White Sox to be associated with is more corruption.
Shit.
I know.
I just want to enjoy the fact that of all the American popes we could have got, we got a Midwestern pope.
We got one straight out of Chirac.
This is a pope. This is a pope whose robes are going to be flannel. Okay, this is a pope who, much like Jesus, will be walking on water when he goes to do his ice fishing.
The Pope is proving. I'm cool with the proving aspect. I have.
Oh
no
yeah,
issue
he
with
worked on Peru for so
dual
long that he got
citizenship.
the citizenship.
I'm
But
cool with that.
let's be honest. It would have been way funnier if Trump somehow Rodrigo Borgia the shit out of this situation and he just bought the papacy. He just went like, "You want money? Here's money. I'm the Pope now." Because that has happened before. And trust me, it has been hilarious. Well, the Borgias were a bit.
Holy
was interesting.
shit-a-roni, Gonzalo Bergali. Holy shit, he became a Dolph Lundgren
Nice.
member. Holy
Big
shit.
member.
Dude,
really is
Dolph. Dolph.
Nick, if you'd be so kind, I have a clip I'd like to play for him.
I got a few clips I gotta play for our man Gonzalo Bergali. First, you're gonna play
gonna
a
enjoy this
clip.
one.
I'm gonna play.
That time, I heard you coming.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
This is perfect for him.
Wow.
Wait.
Dude, you really wow.
Whoa.
Holy shit. Gonzalo, thank you for becoming a Dolph Lundgren member. That is
I broke the common nerd.
seriously, that's huge. That is diabolically huge. I don't know if you ever do what's it called? Streams, but if you do, dude, I'm just saying, like, I think Saturday the 24th. Yeah, we'll be doing our next member stream. You can come on here, hang out, dude. That's insanely huge. We gotta work some shit out to send you a package.
Okay,
We
Steam.
gotta work out a package deal for you, Gonzalo. But thank you for becoming a Dolph Lundgren member. Man, you guys are really insanely generous tonight. We've had a great, consistent crowd in here. Rumble rants and super stickers and super chats and memberships. You guys are wild. I love it. Thank you guys. Holy
Okay,
shit, man.
Steven
I have no words.
Steven asked in the chat that he has heard that the Pope plays video games, and he wonders if he's a console gamer or a PC master race. I have a bigger question. Does the Pope plays Doom or Devil May Cry?
Doom is a Christian game.
Doom is indeed a Christian
You
game.
murder demons. Yes, absolutely. You're taking
He's not
on
in the
evils
States.
of
Yeah,
God.
Gonzalo, if you're not in the States, I still need to learn what the price of shipping is to Brazil. I think if I remember, you're in Brazil. What's up, Red Shirt? My
I
Toxic
don't think
Tuesday
he's in
bud.
Brazil, but
I thought he was in
Gonzalo,
Brazil.
I think Brazil is really near from you, so you can just cross to Brazil. It's easy. Easier that way.
So Nick, I got one other book this week from Free Comic Book Day that I wanted to show off.
I apologize, Gonzalo. Correct me. Hey, I welcome being corrected. Please tell me. Caster, go ahead and show off your book.
Okay, so the fourth and final book I picked up this week, one that in my little neck of the woods is one that was a must pick up, and that was the comic adaptation of Gundam Wing, just in time for the 30th anniversary.
Oh yeah, Deeple showed off that he got a copy of that earlier. Yes.
And the design is pretty near to the design of the new Gundam on the new series that they are doing on anime.
Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quax, or however we want to pronounce it.
I'm enjoying that one.
Same. So as far as this book is concerned, I'm kind of mixed on it because I think the line work's a little rough. I feel like they could have done better with it. But what it is effectively is essentially a retelling of the first like first three or four episodes. And look at that! Come on, you just want to watch big robots shooting missiles out of every nook and cranny.
Ooh.
That's great action.
And really, this is the other reason to kind of pick this one up is also because Gundam Wing, for the criticism I've given it, is the book that made Gundams a household name in America. Like, if it wasn't for this, people would still think of them as like just Transformers. That said, it's at least worth picking up just to check that out. That said, I don't know if this is actually going to lead into a larger ongoing series, but at all the same, I'm happy to pick it up. And look, anything that's going to get more people to look at some Gundams, to look at some big robots, to check out my cockpit, then I'll be happy to have that.
Into the cockpit.
That's completely
Take that as you will.
I do take that as I will. I really do. No, I'm between the Phantom and having Energon U, and there's other books. Obviously, you mentioned your book, and you got Gundam, Mega Man. It was a successful SCBD, but I think we have a common nerd here who has a bit of a haul, and he's been very patient. By the way, thank you for your patience. I showed off my haul earlier, but it's time to let the common nerd shine because I want to see what he wants to embiggen. So, common, I'm going to embiggen you, sir.
So,
Jesse,
hold up, wrong man.
Make me swell. Wrong. Oh, he blew the wrong man.
Jesse,
Wait,
I have a question for you. Which one is bigger, your collection of comic books or your collection of children?
Probably children.
What about
comic books? Comic books are way cheaper to acquire. Truth be told.
But what about unpainted minis?
Kids and that are close neck and neck. So I unfortunately didn't get a chance to make it to Free Comic Book Day because I was triple booked on streams on Saturday and didn't realize it until the night before. Plus, my daughter had a tea party at church. But our dear sweet Hojo, good friend of the channel, good fellow veteran, really awesome dude, and comic book creator. Finally, after a few delays, got his Mythicals number 3 out, and he sent me 2 of these. I've got 2 of the different covers. So this one, you got that beautiful cat that, of course, is one of the girls' kind of like familiars. And then obviously just a fun little thing on the background as well. And then that's one of the other main characters. But then this is the cover that I really love. This one is absolutely glorious because this is a horror comic, right? If you like the
damn good one at that.
Yes, damn good one at that. If you liked the Hellboy movies, if you liked Supernatural on CW, any of that kind of stuff, you would love the Mythicals. X-Files, Warehouse 13, any of that kind of stuff. You would this would be something that would be right up your alley. But this cover is just a glorious action scene. Got the vampire guy and the giant wolf man just freaking going at it, tearing up the whole place. So yeah, thought that was just glorious. So I've got some comic book reading that I'm going to do tomorrow after I get all of that stuff. But shout out to Hojo. Go check out the Mythicals number 3 on fundmycomic.com. It is currently in fulfillment. So if you're wanting something that you can get right away, it is currently fulfilling right now, and you can go get it and you can pick. I'm sure if you haven't read any of them, he's got a lovely little bundle kit over there. Hojo always sends lots of extras. I've got a sticker in here. He sent a really nice letter with the thing and personalized it for me. But he always sends, like, especially if you order like the big bundles and stuff, he'll send you like a ton of extras, a bunch of extra stickers, little cards, all kinds of little other odds and ends. That's one of the cool things about backing a lot of these indie guys out there, man. You buy one book from them, maybe you buy a bundle because one of the other covers is really cool. Dude, they will load you up with extras just because they appreciate your business so much more than these big giant conglomerations. And yeah, we're getting some great stuff from the Energon universe and everything else, but you'll never get the appreciation from even those guys that you will from an individual content creator, indie creator out there that you can talk to, that that you see on social media and everything else, because those guys are really leading the renaissance that is forcing the change in the higher levels. And they are going to be we are right now somewhere out there we are seeing the next Jack Kirby, the next Stan Lee, the next Mark Millar, the next, everybody else that's going, every name your favorite comic book writer or artist out there. They are the next one of those is out there somewhere right now, because we have a renaissance going on right now, and you're seeing independent guys be able to create and do incredible things, and it's wonderful. So go support your indie comics, boys and girls. Fundmycomic.com's got a whole bunch of ones out there with all kinds of varieties. So yeah, that stuff's awesome. What's up, Kitty?
How you doing? Long time no see. Good to see the good old Flip City magazine around these parts. We haven't forgotten ya. I'm glad you're still going. I sometimes lurk and listen as you stream along, bring on some of the other indie greats around our little unique corner here on, this
Flip City is another great indie production to support too. If you liked Mad Magazine back in the day when it was still good, they're a better version of they're a better version than what that ever was.
Agreed.
And yeah, they're really, and they release like a quarterly book, a quarterly magazine, and yeah, you're gonna absolutely love it. Go check out Flip City magazine. It's it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
Out of late, every time that somebody says that we are in a second renaissance or in a new renaissance, I just think about the Animatrix, and that's not good. If you remember the second renaissance on the Animatrix, is the story of how Zero One, is the rise of the machines. It's basically that.
Renaissance of comic book creators. Pablo, God, you always got to go dark and dystopian with everything.
Dark and dystopian.
Well, I kind of live in Ecuador.
Grimdark guys. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You guys are worse than us Grimdark guys.
I go today. I need to deliver this big parcel that is actually really heavy. So my plan is just take a taxi to the metro station. From the metro station, go through half of the city or more than half of the city, and then just go out of the metro, take another taxi, and deliver the shit. But the metro broke down. So in the middle of the route, and by the way, the metro can take like 20 minutes to go from where I needed to go to, the whole route. If you go normally, it's like 3 hours because the metro just goes straight. So it goes really fast. I had to go out of the metro, walk three stops for the normal bus away from the metro station because, the metro broke, so there was a lot of people trying to take the bus. So I had to walk, carrying all that weight until I finally managed to get into a bus, so I could take 2 hours to go down and finally take a taxi to go to where I needed to go. And the whole ordeal took almost 5 hours. So I was making pancakes and thinking about that, and that's why I was late for the show. Because I was like, life is meaningless. I will just do pancakes. It worked. Pancakes are always good, and I have found that the instant mix for pancakes. It has no lard, no grease of any kind, so I can eat it without dying. I love pancakes now. Pancakes are becoming my favorite because
are amazing.
They don't kill me. Yeah, if something don't kills you and you can eat, not as much as you want, but at least a ton, it becomes easily your favorite food. I still miss pizza though. I fucking miss pizza.
Okay, I gotta acknowledge a few things. First off, Gonzalo says you asked about Cobra Kai, but although they claim 2010 you could consider it not part of it. Only references the name Han and jacket on, jacket off. Okay. Clarify some stuff for me. And then, holy Eric K with 5 huge memberships. Holy man, you guys are going crazy tonight. Holy shit. Eric.
He's enlarging some members.
you are just making members pop up everywhere. My heart is
Excuse me?
full. Yeah. You heard me correctly. That is a very generous amount of members, dude. Eric, 5 huge members. I'm thankful. I'm oh so very thankful, sir. Thank you for 5 huge memberships. Oh man.
Nick,
Somewhere out
one
there, Dolph Lundgren is smiling down on me, knowing that we have the biggest and the best of the members. So
Do you need the clip again, Nick?
yes,
I
we
just
do.
think
For Eric
that
K, we need the clip again. Holy
okay.
shit, that's wild.
Nick is
Huge. At
feeling
least
all those members. Nick is enjoying all those members.
Deep inside of
Holy
him.
Here you go,
Deep
Nick.
shit.
inside of him.
This is wild. Okay, let's do this.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Hey,
Oh, holy
So
damn. That was...
I
it
do
gets
have to
funnier every
admit,
time I see him.
I do have to admit, I love Eric K's meat in my mouth.
Dude, I've had Eric K's meat, and I'll tell you, man, his meat is fantastic.
It just
really
melts in your mouth.
very saucy, lots of flavor. I was really, really enthused about it. I didn't want to stop when I had it. I just was like, what do I gotta do so a man has more of his meat? And well, I just kept working towards meat. It was great. It was seriously. Hey, you used to, but you're on the show. You know how corrupt shit gets around here. You know all too well. If anything, you fit in with the club with that shit. But seriously, Eric, thank you very much, sir. I miss you, man. And this is not the last time that we saw each other. I'm backtracking. We must reunite again, and it will be sooner, much rather than later. Holy fuckeroni on that. But dudes, I'm gonna be very quick and punchy. Just to throw out some quick recommendations. Is there anything that we're enjoying outside of the Phantom? Maybe just one quick thing you want to throw out there for people to be checking out that they should, whether it's new or old. Pablo, we'll start off with you. I know you've been enthusiastic about the Phantom. Do you got anything else, or you just want to repeat the Phantom again? You just decide.
This week I have been a bit not only busy, but I don't know. Peter Parker, I think he is not a spider. So he has been having some issues with snot and everything. And yes, at this point, if he doesn't get superpowers, I don't know what's wrong with Peter Parker. He's trying. God damn it, that dog is trying. Sniffing a spider? That's a new level of stupid, and bless his heart. But I found an anime series that I'm enjoying a lot. It's called let me recall the exact name on English. I have lived 300 years killing slimes, and I have maxed out my level. I think is the right translation of the name. It's just a girl that gets reincarnated in another world. Big surprise for anime. And yeah, she just spends every day killing 25 slimes until 300 years later she maxes out. No, she's basically a god on this world, but she just wants to enjoy her life, bumbling around with her trope of also pretty ladies. So it's cute girls doing cute stuff and magic. It's good for chilling. I love just animes that you can watch and chill. Also, just go and catch up with One Piece. One Piece is, and the anime is back. The anime is back, and fucking hell yeah, fucking hell yeah. Kizaru, one of the best fights that they could have animated in this style because it's so fast that that melting of images when they do those extra stretchy angles and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah, that fight is perfect. I cannot ask for anything else. Now that we are getting the Gorosei and everything else, yeah, I will shut up because I will get into spoilers because the manga already did
Mm-hmm.
that like a year ago or more. So yeah, read the manga.
Okay.
Also
We
watch
got
the anime.
Depot 101 for $5. A simple question for all. What's an omnibus recommendation to get for a noob? Not going to scavenge for old comics, multiple omnibuses. Oh, I got an easy one for you, dude. Fantastic Four, Lee Kirby. Start off with they're expensive, but if you got the money, the omnibus of issue 1 through 20, dude, essential comics. Straight up essential
Oh,
comics.
on Essential, also the Spider-Man Essentials.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man, Lee Ditko, and oh god, yeah, Lee Ditko. We
Yeah,
covered
Shadow
those on
Stone. Great
episodes.
recommendation
Yeah.
from Gonzalo.
So if you're looking to get into collecting comics and you don't want to quite break the bank with like $100+ omnibus, and you do want to check out some Marvel, I would recommend the Marvel Epic collections, which could be $30-$40 for about a year and a half to 2 years worth of a particular
Mhm.
run. That
Mhm.
said, if you do want any good recommendations for omnibuses, might I recommend The Mighty Thor by Walt Simonson, which is the start of one of the more legendary runs of the God of Thunder, starting right off the bat with one of the best supporting characters in Beta Ray Bill, like
Mhm.
a character who many have said
Oh.
is would be worthy to take the hammer from Thor. In fact, he was one
Mhm.
of the first to pick it up from him.
Yes. Yeah. That I am aware of happened in that book, and that's a very big one. Yeah.
Which,
Ironcaster is right with that. Yeah, that's
which,
that's a
by the
that's an
way,
essential one.
we should really hit that story at some point.
I agree. And we will.
There's a compilation of Hellboy. I think is 4 books.
Oh yeah.
The whole complete story up to, well, the original run of Hellboy. Uh, that's not that pricey.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get your hands in that, let me just check how many issues is. But there's a full run of Hellboy that is really good, really cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look up from. I'll answer some more. Yeah, as far as trade paperbacks, yeah, Daredevil, Born Again's obvious. It's an obvious one. Deeple, did you catch my video I did? I think about 2 months ago. It was on 5 Daredevil comics to read. I recommend some collected stories that are in trade paperback format. If you haven't watched it, you should. I'll post the link in the chat. It should answer so as far as Daredevil is concerned, where you can seek out at least 2 or 3 trade paperbacks worth of stories, and those are all affordable. So I'm gonna post it right here. Daredevil video. Right here. Oh
Also,
yeah, yes, I did watch, but it's been a while. Okay, okay.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
there's that.
sharing the set for Hellboy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's
Well,
not
he's
terrible.
getting that one up. I'm trying to think of other great ones. That's as far as like this
$52
Marvel.
is a great
Oh,
price.
DC. Paul Dini Zatanna. Paul Dini Zatanna.
Yes.
You want Paul Dini? Look up Paul Dini Zatanna, dude. Great run of DC Comics. It was right before the Screw 52 hit. Oh man, that Zatanna run was fucking good, dude. Yeah, would highly recommend Zatanna. John Byrne, She-Hulk as well. I would definitely recommend John Byrne, She-Hulk. That's another really good
Peter,
one. There's a
Peter
lot
David
of good
Aquaman.
ones, but Peter David Aquaman, Kurt Busiek and Bush Geist Aquaman. Seriously, like Captain America, I really can do this shit all day. It's just more of like a thinking about other. Oh, Common Nerd. I know it's an indie story, but it's based off of Metal and is written by the same writer who writes Transformers, called Murder Falcon.
Oh yeah,
Highly recommend Murder Falcon
yeah.
as well.
Highly
Also,
recommend that one. That's great.
for Conan, the first 4 story arcs all have individual trade paperbacks out. So and they're all their own well-written stories that stand on their own 2 feet. Now, obviously, if you read them all, the whole idea about benefiting from the larger picture, but all 4 story arcs can be read well on their own. Neil. Oh, good choice. Ed Brubaker, Captain America. Now, if you want a good omnibus story that is worth reading as an omnibus collection, I don't know where your stance is on multiverse, and I know the concept is a little bit fatigued nowadays, but if you want a good multiverse story done well, look up a story called Planetary. It was written by Warren
Yeah,
Ellis
it's really good.
and drawn by oh god, what's his name? He passed on last year. John Cassaday. Warren Ellis and John Cassaday. Look up Planetary. It's a story on the multiverse that takes place in the DC Wildstorm universe, is it called? Sorry, I'm a bit newer to the Wildstorm aspect. But just look up Planetary Warren Ellis. Dude, it's fantastic. It's seriously fantastic. It's so damn good. You'll love it. There's a lot of great stuff. I know 5 picoseconds. 5, if you're still out there. He had a great trade collection actually on the Shadow. I can't remember what that collection was called, but 5 had a great collection. If he's not on there, remind me on Twix, and I'll reach out to him because we follow each other on Twix, and I can get the name of that collection. He got it for like $5 at the Dallas Fan Expo. 5 picoseconds. This Shadow collection, it was insane. Insane. I was like, dude, and I thought it was like $10 or $15, but he ended up getting like over 50% off of it. It was incredible. So there's at least a few options, but go ahead, Pablo, take up this last option. Then we do gotta wrap up.
I should buy this. Everybody should buy this. Did you see the price?
Yes.
No, did you see the price? It's $52
it's
for the whole set.
It's incredible.
Everything held well, not the side stories, but everything main continuity for Hellboy for $52.
Mm-hmm.
And the box is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Just the box is gorgeous. Obviously, the covers of the books are the covers that you will expect, but the art on the box is absolutely fantastic. The price is amazing. And why the hell they are selling the set plus 2 issues that you already get in the set?
Mm-hmm.
For
I mean, it's ultimately just related things. If you're looking at Hellboy, you're probably looking for Hellboy comics, in which case they're going to recommend Volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, this is, dude. If I had the money, this will already be ordered. This $52 for this, you cannot miss. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. That's all. I'm just, dude. Comics should be this price. Comics should not be as pricey as they are.
Deeple added to his Amazon wish list. You got his attention.
Nice.
Killer. Okay. Good. All right. Anyways, Pablo gave his recommendation, my quick recommendation. Also, I'm gonna plug my channel. Oh, Gonzalo, good point. The TMNT, The Last Ronin, fantastic as well. Good, really good one as well. All right, now I'm really good.
Don't go for the continuation. The Last Ronin does not have a continuation.
Start and stop at that one isolated story. Start and stop. Nothing else exists after.
Rip out the last page.
For me, recommendation of reading. Oh, actually, I am currently rereading Huck. What a shock! Right in time for Huck Big Bad World next week. I know, predictable, but cliche and relevant. Yes, go read Huck because we will be talking about it next week. And I'm gonna let these gentlemen plug their recommends along with their channel. So on my side, we'll be back here next week talking Huck Big Bad World starting 2 hours earlier, 6:30 Central. Be a bit of a shorter show as well, hour and 15. And before I let these gentlemen plug their recommendations and their plugs, thank you guys for your super chats, your Rumble rants, your super stickers, your memberships, your gifted memberships, and just your time and your enthusiasm. And the constant engagement around the Phantom was absolutely incredible to see. I love to see it. Thank you guys. I love your time and your energy. This is what it's about. I I hope to see you guys again next week. It's be fucking awesome. And go read Huck if you haven't. Seriously, go read in time for a Huck Big Bad World next week. Common Nerd, if you got a recommendation, great. If not, just plug your channel.
Nothing right now other than go read Mythicals. Go check out Hojo's comic.
Oh, hey, that counts.
That absolutely does count. It absolutely does count. I'm going to read number 2 and number 3 tomorrow. But yeah, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, come check out my channel if you haven't already. Like I said, we're 7 away from 1900. So come check us out over there on the new channel. If you haven't already, follow us on Rumble. I'll probably be doing as long as everything goes okay, I should be doing a member stream in the morning, probably around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll have another video come out tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we've got When Who Was Good, the Saturday night edition special until Sunker gets done with her furry stream. So we've got that tomorrow night, probably around 7 p.m. Sunker Maiden and I will be reviewing some more Peter Capaldi season 9, Sunday, 2 p.m. Bible study, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. morning prep. And then next Friday, May 16th is my birthday.
Nice.
So we will be doing a big bag birthday stream during the day. We'll have a whole bunch
Nice.
of guests, and God only knows how long it'll run, because you guys know how much I like to do really long ass streams. So that will be a good time. Come check that out. Thursday night, Sunker and I do Is It Good, and where we review whatever show we happen to find either currently going on right now or something we're just interested in reviewing for fun. So I think we're doing Devil May Cry, the Japanese version next week, and the Netflix version, which I hear the Netflix version's really bad. So we'll see how
Don't
that
do it.
goes next week. Yeah,
Play the game.
That's why we're gonna do the Japanese version, which Sunker really likes, and then do the bad episode of the Netflix one after we're about 3 or 4 drinks in.
Shit.
So yeah, that normally makes it
Right.
a little easier. So
Hey.
yeah, come check all my stuff out. Always good to hang out with the boys. Fun times.
Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
Common. Appreciate you, sir. Then Stephen M., I see your comment. Thank you. I saw Neil's comment as well. What's up, student of God? We're wrapping up, but do catch the replay. It was a fucking awesome show tonight. Neil recommends Sojourn, and he also Batman by Loban Sale, both excellent. Would recommend as well. We were talking, well, we've been talking about Energon Transformers, but you're afraid of idea. All right, Caster, what do you got to recommend along with plugging your channel, sir?
If I were to recommend anything for you guys to check out, I would recommend, as a little 4-issue standalone series, Gotcha Man Galactor, which refers to the Battle of the Planets, show from years ago, but it's been brought back by Mad Cave Comics, who we've talked about with, Flash Gordon and the Phantom and Defenders of the Earth. Basically, in this case, this is a little 4-issue miniseries about the villains, and you get to watch the big bad guy of Gotcha Man, Berg Katze, as he's going through and he's eliminating threats within the organization that are trying to take him out. So he's not a good guy looking to save people. No, he's a villain looking to kill those that are trying to usurp him. So check it out if you want to see some villains be villains.
Be villains. I
I
like
miss
it. Well,
that.
Caster, thank you for being here, sir. It's great to see you again. And you, Common, Caster, and of course, Pablo, you gentlemen have a great night, weekend. I'll see you next week. Oh, I missed one thing before you get the fuck out of here. Pablo, do you have anything you got to plug? Or are you good?
Well,
Cool,
yeah,
Pablo.
Minas Edge Español, we are doing a show that is called La Tangente every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. This week we talk about Pokemon, and yes, it's just 2 guys that grew up with Pokemon talking about Pokemon. And it came out that, yeah, I used to have a small notebook, where I used to carry equations to calculate damage in Pokemon. So I will be prepared for the meta. I was that kind of nerd. So yeah. Also, more videos coming to Midas Edge. And this week, yeah, I think maybe tomorrow or Sunday, I will be going to watch Karate Kid. Thankfully, Multicines Ecuador decided that they don't have a movie called The New Avengers, because Disney is not making Avengers movies for the foreseeable future. That's what they said. So they have the Thunderbolts. I'm not watching the Thunderbolts. I'm going for Karate Kid.
All right.
Castor.
No, he probably left.
Okay.
So No, thank you, Pablo. Guys, as this show ends, it's going to take you straight to Stone Loki, my good friend Stone Loki. So if you got nothing going on, do hang out with him. But thank you for supporting the show. Vince, thank you for plugging the links on YouTube and Rumble. We're getting the hell out of here. This is goodbye, good fight, good night. See you next week earlier, 6:30 Central. Talking Huck, Big Bad World #1. Thank you for supporting the show. Once again, thank you for the Rumble Red Super Chance, gifted memberships, and stickers. Good night.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell